Welcome back to Film Gob everyone, it's Shaker here, and it's time for a quick review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which I watched this afternoon. This will be a spoiler review, so if you've not seen it, come back at a later time. I'm going to go into a few spoilers. So I actually thought it was an okay film. It was entertaining, it had its moments, but it wasn't nothing amazing, wasn't terrible either. I'm still not a fan of Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt, their characters, their performances. The story is that the island that the dinosaurs are on, there's a volcano's on there, it's erupting. What's going to happen to the dinosaurs? Well, the US government, because it's always the US government in these movies, they've decided they're not going to interfere, let nature take its course, and these dinosaurs are going to get wiped out again. And obviously Bryce Dallas Howard, she's like, no, we need to save them. And she goes to Benjamin Lockwood. He's obviously an ex-partner of Hammond from the first Jurassic Park film. And they went their separate ways, differences, that's explained later on why that happened. And so Benjamin Lockwood, he's old, he's dying. Eli Mills has taken over the handling of the island and the technology. So Eli's plan is to get a select few of the dinosaurs off the island, and they'll take them to a new location, and it won't be a tourist attraction, it'll just be a place for the dinosaurs. They won't be bothered anymore. So that's what Bryce Dallas Howard, Claire, that's why she's coming along. And they need to get Blue, Velociraptor, and obviously it's only Chris Pratt's character Owen who can bring him back. At first Owen's like, oh no, let them die, I don't care. I was like, what? So they kind of go over to the island along with these two hipsters who are kind of annoying. This guy here, he's like really stuck out. Of course, he just happens to scream like a girl because that's supposed to be funny. So yeah, that was annoying. But they're all on the island, and the volcano starts to erupt. Owen, he finds Blue. There's an incident, one of the military guys, he shoots Blue with an actual bullet. And Owen is about to attack the leader. He gets a tranquilizer, Owen gets a tranquilizer, he's just left for dead while these guys, they take Blue and they're heading off the island. And then as the volcano's erupting, and he does his kind of Leonardo DiCaprio and the Wolf of Wall Street, starts moving his body away from the lava, as he's kind of half paralysed. This is the scene where the island's erupting, they're running away. This scene was pretty good, actually seeing it in full. They're quite kind of chaotic as the dinosaurs are running for their lives. When the little kind of buggy, that little bubble buggy falls into the water, that scene's the way it's directed, the camera's inside with the Claire and this character Franklin, and the way the camera's kind of moving about was quite impressive. And then they escape and they see this kind of, we don't actually see the dinosaurs getting rounded up, captured. Guys who, working for Eli Mills and Benjamin Lockwood, yeah, they just happen to pick up all these dinosaurs, right, while the volcano's exploding. We see them capturing Blue, but not the other dinosaurs. But yeah, they're getting shipped off onto this big freighter. So Owen, Claire and Franklin, they get a jeep and they drive off the island onto the freighter. They've escaped. And this moment here where they look behind them, the island's exploding and fire and smoke everywhere, and you see this poor brontosaurus, it's all left on its own, and the fire's kind of engulfing him, and he's crying, and it's really, really sad. And this woman behind me was crying, like audibly crying, and they're like, oh my god, what have we done? There's parts of this film that are really great, and there's parts that are kind of really dumb, because now that Owen, Claire, Franklin, they're on this ship, but they're not supposed to be there. So, and it's surrounded by all these military guys, and for the entirety of them being on this ship, they don't get seen. They're moving from one place to another. They get to the girl who's taking care of Blue, who's been captured, but he's got a bullet in him. Then they go to another cell where a T-Rex is, and they need to get blood. Claire and Owen need to get blood, this T-Rex, while it's kind of knocked out, then take it back to Blue and help him and get the bullet out and give him the blood. So it's all very kind of a bit dumb, like you're trying to tell me that no one sees them while they're sneaking about in all this time that they're on there. So that's what's happening with them. But meanwhile, we keep cutting back to Benjamin Lockwood's estate, where Lockwood is his young granddaughter, this little girl who's apparently his granddaughter, but you know she's not his granddaughter, because what happens right at the start when Claire went to see him, Benjamin Lockwood, she sees the girl upstairs, and the little girl runs away, and Claire's like, "Oh, was that Mr. Lockwood's daughter?" And they're like, "No, Lockwood's daughter died in a car accident. That little girl upstairs is his granddaughter." And I was like, cloning? Is that where this is going? Cloning? And that's what it turned out to be. I mean, they kind of telegraphed it a little bit too much. They reveal later on in the film, and they do it twice, they kind of reveal that this little girl is actually Benjamin Lockwood's daughter, but cloned. They explain it twice just in case people are too stupid to understand what happened. But it's certainly a good idea to kind of write this into the story, because now we're getting into the realm of human cloning, because if they've had the technology to bring back dinosaurs back to life. So that explains why Lockwood and Hammond went their separate ways. Lockwood was kind of obsessed with bringing back humans, kind of cloning humans. So back on the ship with all the dinosaurs, it reaches the mainland, and then they move all the dinosaurs off the ship onto the vehicles, and they're moving. There's like a convoy of them, and obviously Owen and Claire, they're following the convoy. Someone spots them, they get captured, and they're taken to the Lockwood estate, the mansion, and then they just get thrown in a cell, in the lower ground. In this area as well, there's an auction going on, right? So this is where Toby Jones makes his appearance. Toby Jones, the actor, he's playing Gunnar Eversole, and him and Eli Mills are going to auction off the dinosaurs to all these kind of businessmen, corporations, to the highest bidders. Not sure what they're going to do with these dinosaurs, probably weaponize them or something. This is, I guess, where we thought this movie was going to be by now. So Owen and Claire, they're in this cell, and next door to them is this little dinosaur who's got this kind of weird dome on his head, and he keeps ramming into things, and that's this thing that he does. Owen's like, "Oh, this is my plan." So he starts whistling, and the dinosaur keeps hitting the wall, and he breaks through. Then it breaks through their cell door, opens that up for them, and he hits this kind of pillar, and he's kind of dizzy, and then he just runs away. Later on, Chris Pratt is like, okay, he's going to put a stop to this auction. He says, how am I going to get down there, and what am I going to do? And then you see that little dinosaur comes back with that keeps ramming into things. So he's like, So he sends the dinosaur down in the elevator, and this is one of my favourite scenes in the film, where he's like, this little thing, he's just ramming into everyone, and people are getting thrown in the air. I thought it was hilarious. I thought the way it was done was pretty cool. And he's just ramming into these suits, so it's chaos everywhere. Before this happened, Gunnar and Eli Mills, they revealed the new hybrid dinosaur, the Indoraptor. Kind of stupid name, but hey, that's what it is. The Indoraptor kind of looks very kind of typical Velociraptor, but a little bit bigger, kind of darker. They have kind of weaponized him in some way, and this is one that's a prototype, and he wasn't for sale, but everyone started bidding on them, and so he's like, the two guys are like, yeah, like fuck it, let's sell it to the highest bidder. And they show off how it's been weaponized. They have this gun with the infrared light, and if you point it at someone, Indoraptor kind of focuses on them, and then if you press this button with kind of high frequency, the Indoraptor knows when to attack, so they can control it. And some horror elements come into play, with you've got the leader, I don't remember his name, but he's an asshole, and he shoots the tranquilizer darts at the Indoraptor, who falls to the ground playing dead. And like the idiot that he is, this guy, he gets into the cage because he wants to take out a tooth, because that's what he does with his any dinosaurs he kind of captures. And as he's trying to do it, you know, this Indoraptor, he's quite smart. He kind of looks like he's smiling as he's about to attack, and he bites off his arm. Yeah, it's quite a gruesome scene. And then later on, as the Indoraptor is kind of hunting Owen, Claire and the little girl, they're in the kind of hallway, kind of the lights have been turned off, trying to get out, but they know the Indoraptor's there. And somehow they end up in this display, right, and with the glass in front. And then when the lights come on, the Indoraptor is staring right at them, and it jumps through and then the chase is on. The girl kind of runs off, and the Indoraptor chases after her. Creature ends up on the roof, and it kind of crawls on the side of the building, and then it unlocks the window. I like the way they did it, the way the camera work kind of follows the raptor, and then into the room. And then Blue comes, has a fight with the Indoraptor, and then they go back down to the underground facility where the other two kind of nerds are there, and they were trying to contain a situation where there was a gas leak or something, and the other dinosaurs that were kind of captured, they're still in there, unless, you know, Claire or Owen or whoever lets them out, opens the doors. Now here I thought maybe the writers had kind of, you know, they had written themselves into a corner. So it's like Claire is about to press the button to open the doors and let the dinosaurs out, but Owen's like, hey, if you do this, then they're going to go everywhere, all over the country. And she's about to press the button, but she says, no, I can't do it. And I thought, right, okay. But then the little girl, she presses the button, she's like, I want them to live like I am. And the dinosaurs, they all escape. You've got the pterodactyl, flies out, grabs one of the bodyguards, throws him on a car, brutal. You've got Eli Mills who's trying to escape, but then he gets ripped apart from one of the T-Rexes. Yeah, that was the end. So all the dinosaurs escape. That's where the story is going. They've let out these dinosaurs that are going to be running all over the country. And then you've got these, you know, these businessmen, corporations who have captured some of these dinosaurs, probably going to weaponize them, which is something that I thought we were going to see in this film. I guess we did see the Indoraptor, kind of a prototype, they kept calling it. But I was expecting a little bit more, but we might see that in the third movie. So all in all, I thought Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was just okay. It wasn't great, wasn't terrible. The cast, not a big fan of, but the direction had some solid direction in it from J.A. Bayona. Some horror, some action, some adventure, some laughs. So yeah, like I say, I loved that scene with the little dinosaur as ramming into people, all these suits, and they're getting flung into the air. I thought it was amazing. And we'll see where we go with Jurassic World 3, which will be out in a few years. Will we actually see, you know, weaponized dinosaurs? Talking about guns. I want to see guns on these dinosaurs. I don't know, maybe I'm asking for too much, but let me know in the comments below. Click that like button, share, and of course subscribe. Remember, click on that bell icon to be alerted when I upload a new video. So, I'm Shaker, and I'll catch you next time.